person that's very honest, and we're going to talk to Matt Serra about this. Dana White called in to his show, Matt Serra's show, UFC Unfiltered. And they were talking about, yesterday we brought it up, the Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz thing, and it's been a big thing inside of the MMA industry, obviously. And Dana White destroyed Oscar De La Hoya, called him a cokehead like a million times, called him Oscar De La Weirdo. What's up, Riley?
No,
you just heard about it. So, like,
yeah, I've heard stories.
He was going off on him because basically Dana White and Chuck Liddell are very good friends. Dana White told Chuck Liddell 8 years ago, "That's it, dude. You got to be done." But Chuck Liddell's a fighter and wanted to keep going. And the fact that California at all sanctioned the fight, he was like, that shocking enough. And the fact that De La Hoya was saying, this is what Dana White said. De La Hoya was pretty much saying, all these fighters, they don't get paid. You come with me, you get paid. He's like, five of the fights were amateur fights. He's like, nobody's getting paid. He goes, and he didn't know any of the names of any of the fighters on the damn show. He goes, and he messed up Liddell's name at the press conference. He goes, Oscar De La Weirdo, give him like a pound of coke and tell him to get out of here. Like, he was going in on him. Like, wow. I couldn't believe how well this is Dana White just kind of going off, and he's really passionate about it. But I was listening to that interview.
Is Tito Ortiz the dude that's in prison that beat up Jenna Jameson?
Oh, I don't think he was he in prison? I know they were married. I don't know if they.
But didn't he get in trouble for like domestic abuse?
I don't know if he did. I know. I think it was. Maybe I'm wrong. We should do. I thought it was the opposite. I thought she
attacked him.
I thought so.
Oh.
Can we
let's Google it. I don't know. But Dana White didn't have kind words for Tito Ortiz either.
Right.
I said they belong in the same camp together. But it was. I encourage you guys to go listen to that. Not only was that particular interview on UFC Unfiltered really good. Jim Norton and Matt Serra talked to John Jones, who former UFC light heavyweight champion, coming back. And that was a really good interview as well. It's an amazing show. It's a good show. It's a UFC show.
MMA.
Never did, huh?
No. I like boxing. It just MMA just never. I just could never get into it. And I like Matt Serra, who's great on the show.
Yeah.
There's something about MMA that just doesn't equate with my brain. It's like wrestling, but
Differently.
Totally different.
I know what you mean.
I appreciate the athletes in the UFC way more than I would ever appreciate an athlete or a wrestler as far as what they get themselves into.
You're talking about sport-wise.
Sport-wise.
Yeah, you're talking about sport-wise.
Yes.
So let's see. You're right. He was. So Tito Ortiz was arrested for felony domestic violence at the home he shares with Jenna Jameson. This is 2010. Doesn't really say what. Doesn't say what they.
Says she had visible injuries.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, that was like 8 years ago.